Charlie Brown. Oh, come on, Charlie Brown.
Hello, Tricia.
Oh, hello, Jeremy.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. It was fun catching up with you right before this. Joining us from another country as a friend in the States, I appreciate my first Canadian guest. OhHello appreciates having this global, international, North American exposure right now.
Thanks for having me, A. I have to say the A because I know we get made fun of for that, but thank you for having me.
It's about time for you to be on this. So thank you. Thank you. So with us today, we have Trisha Allen. Trisha, who are you? Tell us about yourself.
Who am I? Well, I first and foremost, I'm a mom. I've
Love
got
it.
a almost 11-year-old and a 9-year-old. I'm a wife. I'm a VP of business development for a super cool company that I sell emotion every day. And I know we were chatting and joking earlier. I'm like probably one of the most emotional people. So it's the perfect wheelhouse for me. Uh, what's that?
And what's that business called?
It's called Reticle AI. So it's contextual advertising based in emotion. And I spent so many years on the agency side, and I'm on the other side of the desk selling to customers. And now the agencies are my clients, and I'm having a blast. So it's fun. I'm here in Canada. I'm just outside of Toronto. But what I love about this new post pandemic world is I can be anywhere in the world at any time. And it makes such a difference. We're starting to get on planes again, obviously, but just to be able to be anywhere that you need to be is super cool, and it really helps with business and just building relationships, because ultimately that's what I do every day now.
Building relationships is incredibly important. And I value our business partnership that we had in another world for both of us and other lives. With that said, I got to know you, but how would you characterize your skill set that you're going to be sharing with the OhHello community?
In terms of my skill set, I would say so. I used to lead large teams. I've led agencies, I've helped startups build within holdcos. So I have a lot of experience in the leadership space and leading teams, building relationships. Obviously, as I said, we're a people-based business. We're not selling products. We're selling expertise, and that comes in us being human and human beings. So I love relating to people, and I love helping people and giving back. I would say that in my career, and it's funny because when we were pre-chatting, you talked about some of the other experiences and people not having mentors. And I think I had a few, but I think what I wished I had more in my career was I'm an overachiever, maybe to a fault. And I always used to get feedback, oh, you're doing great. Everything's great. Everything's great. But what I really wanted was constructive. You know what? That was good. But here's how I think you could consider doing something, or have you thought about? And I feel like that feedback, and I did this training once where they started the training, it was learning how to give and receive feedback. And they said, feedback is the broccoli of conversations. Everyone knows you need it and you should have it, but no one really wants to give it.
So just
And
steam
so,
it.
right? Roast it, whatever. But
Right.
I think what I would love to give back to this amazing initiative that you've created is just being able to help people and coach them through asking for feedback, because I think it's scary to ask for feedback, and just being
So
able
right.
to help the next generation of media people figure it all out, because it's definitely different than when I grew up in the industry. And we talked about that too, this reverse mentoring of there's stuff that other people can teach too. You never stop learning.
You never stop learning. Relationships are so valuable, and just being vulnerable, showcasing your true self, and being available to help people, but also realizing at your stage in our stages in our careers,
Yeah.
No matter age, experience, titles that we've had before, everyone still needs mentorship. Everyone needs that guidance. No one knows all the right answers. Would love to hear a little bit more about what you would tell your younger self, your post university grad self,
Yeah.
and also hearing about a couple few different mentors. If you want to shout anyone out,
Mhm.
zero pressure whatsoever. Otherwise, you can just tell me about something that was, tell our audience about what advice or feedback that you would give to your younger self.
That's such a good question, such a loaded question. Yeah, it's so funny because I remember sitting in a boardroom at a boutique agency, so full service, media and creative together. And I was 21 years old. And I remember it was an airline client. We were on this conference call. And I never felt like they took me seriously because of my age. So I was always wishing to be older and be more experienced and have people take me seriously. And I wish someone would have said to me, it doesn't matter what age you are, just know your stuff, be curious, ask questions, and you don't have to know all the answers. To be that person in the room that isn't the one always raising their hand and having something to say, sometimes you can exude more presence just in being silent than you can if you're the one that is always kind of acting like you know everything. That would be the first thing. And then another thing I would say, and this is a recent learning. So over 20 years later, I mean, I'm still learning every day. Titles don't mean anything.
I love,
I
I love this. Keep on going.
My whole career I've chased titles. Chase, chase, chase. And my husband makes fun of me all the time because he's like, why do you care so much about the title? And I think we're conditioned to continue to achieve and grow and get to that next level. And then I got there and I realized I don't really think I'm cut out for this kind of business. I thought about leaving the business at one point. And then I took this role, which it's not a president role, it's not a chief client officer role. I'm a VP of business development, but I feel like I'm contributing more and doing more in my day to day now than I ever did. And I'm more fulfilled than I ever was. And I had to come to terms with the fact that your title doesn't mean anything. It's the value that you get and that you give in your work every day that really matters.
That's so happy you shared that. Being fulfilled and the back and forth value is how you feel from what you're doing and what you're providing your clients, your team, your family. The value that you're exuding is what makes us who we are. Thank you for sharing that. There's absolutely a value to mentorship, and something that I'm proud of that we are building inside OhHello is being able to give back, being able to provide value to both our mentees, but also to a number of different charities. What is a charity that's integrated with OhHello that is near and dear to your heart?
Well, it's not integrated with OhHello. It could
What's a
be
cause that's important to you?
it's so I actually sit on the board of governors for a charitable organization called Trails Youth Initiative. And they do amazing, amazing work. So it's completely outside of our business, but it's helping at-risk youth find opportunities and get an opportunity to succeed. So teaching them life skills that they might not otherwise learn, teaching them how to trust, how to work together as a team, but they do it all through outdoor education. So how it does slightly tie into what I do in my day to day is I've got this vast network of people in the marketing business that have a lot of opportunity to a lot of things. I help with fundraising. I help with developing marketing plans, looking at how they can differentiate themselves. So to me, as a mom, helping the youth, and that's why I love what you're doing and why I want to be a part of it, and I'm happy to be a part of it, is it's those just coming out of school, growing up in the business that I would love to be able to support, just like I do in my spare time outside of that.
You rock, Trisha. We appreciate you coming on to the pod, coming on to the VOD. Thank you to our listeners, to our subscribers, And we're excited to have you be part of the OhHello programs. Thank you very much, Trisha. We appreciate you.
Take care.
Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for joining, listening to
Good
doing.
grief.